Hello, this is day 8 of my juice fast, and I just wanted to weigh in. I wanted to do a video for the veggie burgers that I'm making with the pulp, juice pulp, but that didn't actually work. So before too much time elapsed, I just wanted to knock this out and get it done. Get her done! And report what's been happening today on day 8. And let's see, woke up, I had some chai when I went to meditate, maybe a little juice left over from last night. I came home, let's see, what did I do? Did I make more juice? Let me look, I have it written down here. What did I do? Okay, that's right, I went to I woke up and just ran out the door in the morning. I came home. I don't think I was really hungry. And I did the laundry. I went to the sauna and the whirlpool, and then I got the laundry and then hung it up outside. And then I did some juice. And what kind did I make? I think I probably made some more of that pineapple, watermelon, and nectarine juice, which I really, really like. And I had some Bloody Mary mix in the fridge that was left over. And I think I added some green that I had left over from last night to the fruit juice. And so I was sipping juice after the laundry, and I was juiced up, good to go. And then I started making the veggie burgers, and I sauteed some onions, and I had some chopped mushrooms, and I sauteed them. I had the quinoa. I made quinoa last night. I made a cup of quinoa. And that turned out really nice and fluffy and good, and I had that ready to add. I had the pulp, that I had refrigerated for a couple days, which is why I wanted to get it done so it wouldn't go bad even in the fridge. It can only last so long. So, it went pretty good, but when I went to the gym earlier, I weighed in, and I was 121.5, and I haven't been that many, many moons. We're talking decades here. And I think when I started this fast, I can check it, but I think I was 127 maybe. I think I've been 127 on the fast. Maybe I started at 126, but I've weighed in at 127. So that's almost 6 pounds. What is that? 21.5 minus 7 would be, 5.5, 6.5 pounds. So that I've lost in 8 days, which is, that's considerable. And as I was making the quinoa burgers, the veggie burgers with the pulp, I started to feel like really empty, I felt like I needed something to eat. And juice just was like, what I usually go to is the Bloody Mary juice, which is kind of substantial. But it just wasn't happening. So I had that quinoa there, I had the mushrooms, I had the onions, everything was done in broth, no oil. So I took like a half a cup of this quinoa with mushrooms and onions, which looked so delicious. And I sat down and ate it. And it was very satisfying. And the reality is, that's the way I roll. If I get to the point where I'm just totally famished, I will do that. And in my long juice fast before, I have done similar things. I don't really consider it a fail. As a purist, it is a fail. As a Joe Cross purist, when you see him chronicled going across the United States in his wonderful movie, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, he does not cheat. But I did, a little bit. And then I felt okay. But that, it's not going to divert me from my goals, which is really weight loss. And I'm not in any kind of contest. I do feel a little guilty because I am chronicling this and I want to, show up for my viewers. However, one of the good things about chronicling it was that after I had that little fail, I kept saying to myself, you need to drink some juice. You need to, no matter what else is going on, I had a lot of stuff I wanted to accomplish today. no matter what else it is that you want to accomplish, you need to just get your juicer out, make some more juice. And I did. I made that delicious. I said I had a big juicy watermelon sitting there, and I got the watermelon, I cut the watermelon, started, because the watermelon, that's very sugary and it really does satisfy you. So, and then I said, well, throw some orange in there, throw some nectarine in there. And I made up a big, my big container of that, and started drinking it, and I'm good to go now. I'm back on track. And part of it really had to do with chronicling this and feeling responsible to my commitment that I made to juice. And that's one of the reasons I chronicled it, because it is that extra kind of commitment to myself. It reinforces what my initial intention is, because just like everything else in life, you start out with gangbusters. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Life intervenes, and all the other things you have to do. It's only so much time in the day, and you can only really do one thing at a time. Even if you're multitasking, you're still doing one action at a time. And it got me back on track, which is good. So I had that juice. I'm good to go. I'm going to go in and exercise tonight after meditation. And I feel really pleased with the weight loss. Now, the ridiculous part of it is that I still have the fat on, which is like very upsetting. I thought my goal weight was 118. That's only like 3.5 pounds from where I am. And I think I have more like at least 6 more pounds to lose. So my ideal weight might really be 115, at 5'8". Interesting. But the reality is I have that body type. It's Flower. My mother's family's maiden name was Flower. The Flower family, notoriously long and skinny. And that's what I got. And what are you going to do? You gotta roll with what God gave you. So more be revealed. And I'm just happy. I just wanted to knock this out, get it uploaded before I went to meditate, which I'll do in a little bit, because I got a lot going on. I want to finish up the veggie burgers. I want to get them into little patties. I'm putting them into wax paper. I wanted to videotape that. Probably not going to be able to do that. But I'll get them into the freezer, and then when I do go off the diet and I go on the McDougall diet for 10 days, I'll have, maybe 20, it looked like about 20 veggie burgers to have. And it's a nice source of protein with the quinoa, and I did taste it, and it's kind of tasty. So the reality is quinoa burgers, if you get them in the store, you can pay in our health food store, you can pay $8 for 2 or 3 quinoa burgers. So, I've got them basically not for free, but I was going to throw this stuff out. So, it's an economical way to roll, and I just like using what I have and not wasting it, not throwing it into even the compost, or especially not into the waste stream. So glad I got this done, and check in tomorrow, day 9 out of 12. So I got 9, 10, 11, 12. So when I get up tomorrow, I'll have 4 more days, and then I'll have a 10-day when I have to be really good. And I think I'm going to chronicle that too when I'm doing the McDougall, which is the low fat or no fat. It's low fat, I think, McDougall. Pritikin is no fat and no sugar, that's for sure. But they do use sweeteners, so they have a little wiggle room. But it's still very tasty and good for you. It's just going to keep me from, when you go off, that horrible thing of yo-yoing. And the last time I did it, I had that 4 days when I was eating, before I started this, when I just was eating ice cream and ugh. But that's because I threw a party, and it kind of got me off track. I was making food for the party. So anyway, so that's it. We'll check in tomorrow.